Much the same. There's some like very tiny detailed difference in the way they stitch it, but again, you know, these guys are probably selling these patents off of some neighboring factory in China. I mean, they both say they're made in China, but if you'll notice too on the tag on the date, the fake was in '08. The real ones are only made in 2007. So that's another thing. If you're able to see the tag, look at that date closely. If the year's off, they're not the real deal unless you know for a fact they came out that year. They got one piece of material here with this weird vinyl backing on the fake ones. Undo a strap. Show the difference here. But you got this weird vinyl material. It's full on jet black. And the legit ones, real Peapods, it's just more of the same material, except that it's kind of a vinyl appearance. It might actually be leather, I don't know. I'm kind of guessing it's synthetic, but it matches the shoe, and it's two pieces of material, so you actually see two ridges there where the orange is, even all the way through into the plastic part that grabs the Velcro strap. You'll see that two obvious pieces of material. Here it's just one all the way through, just a different backing, so definitely not made to the same standards. These are a lot like more stiff and stout, hold up better. These ones very flexible and just feel cheap. The tongue is a huge difference. It's something I didn't catch, having not owned an 8 before. And I'll get into the size as the last thing, and the bottoms are hugely different, but this is also more square. I did want to point that out. This part, I mean, it has some squaring to it, but it still keeps a pretty rounded edge. You got 3.5 full ridges here. This one you got 3.5 ridges, but it's really pointed, and it's pointed in the back too. And these are, I mean, you can feel the points, like they don't give in. So it's kind of a weird deal there. And the perforation too, like I was talking about on the 6s. Perforation on the real ones, really tight, like a few millimeters apart, including on the ankle hole. On this one you got several millimeters apart. You can see almost my full fingernail fits in there, and doesn't match. It's just a lot less perforation, a lot less breathable. So look for a really tight pattern. I know this is the same on all of them. And then back to the tongue. Oh, and the sparkle on the side, sorry. These ones, for some reason, have this crazy sparkle on the side. The orange is kind of like this, got a reddish, pinkish hue to it, but it's like really sparkly. You see how shiny it is? The real ones are just straight orange. There's no sparkly coating or anything weird. They're shiny, but you don't have this glistening look to it. You can really see it right there. And the tongue itself, this is where it really shows up. Like, the tongues on the real 8s got the same material as the suede on the shoe, or the nubuck, or whatever the material is. This is the same thing on the front. It's only the nylon on the back. And you got a lot of distance between the circle with the chenille carpet, which is nice and tight. Doesn't stick out really far. You'll see the Jumpman, but you got a lot of room above here. Whereas here you got nothing above it. I mean, and it's all just this nylon. It's this shimmer sheen nylon. They just had no way to construct the inner booty the same, so you don't have any of the material that's on the shoe on the tongue, and it just doesn't stand up at all. I mean, it looks radically different when you put them side by side. But again, it's not something you're going to easily point out without seeing the difference. Also, the chenille sticks way too far out. It's just overly done, bushy looking, kind of funny. The Jumpman's a little bit off too, but just kind of like the legs and stuff look a little too thick. But yeah, that tongue is huge. Like, when you got these things to the side, you should see a lot of tongue and a lot of that heel tab with the loop. And this one is just, yeah, you see the loop, but you don't see the heel tab, and the tongue just looks weird. It doesn't stick out at all. So if you're not seeing enough material above that, they're fakes. Don't even think that they're anything other. And then the last part, the last couple things here are the bottoms. Here's the fake one. Orange Jumpman, no white at all through the swirly part. Little orange at the end of the heel there where that stripe goes through. Totally different than the legit ones. Peapod Jumpman. Orange goes all the way through. Lots of white. You got that kind of signature white line that's on every single 8. And then you got lots of white through the swirly, and you got no orange coming through on the back. So it's orange starts and fades in blue. So if you put them side by side, radically different. That's huge. If a guy's not willing to show the bottom of the shoes, don't get them. They got to be totally legit with the Peapod Jumpman and lots of white going on down there. See the white on the swirl here, the white line, all that's just missing. It's this weird olive green color that they faked, and then no orange here. Don't want the orange. This is the real one, that's fake. The biggest thing at the end is just the size difference. Like I was showing you earlier, these are 11.5s in the legit ones. Made in April 18th, 2007 through June 15th, 2007. So you got the 07. This one is the fake, made in 08. And it says it's a 12. I can get that in there. And it's made in 08, and that's not a good, okay. Like, they were not made that year. That's just all there is to it. So the bottom line, though, is when you put these things side by side, if I clear the boxes out of the way, and these heels are lined up, the 11.5 real one is longer than the 12 fake. So it's not the same deal. I'll grab the other shoe just so you can see it more side by side. But you'll notice that even with the heels like perfectly lined up, you can see that shine on the fake one on the left. Left one's the fake one the whole time. This is an 11.5 real Air Jordan. This is a 12 fake, and you'll see a full finger width difference in the toe. Doesn't make any sense at all. That's why I couldn't even get my foot in the fakes, because I need all the 12 I can get with my toe. So anyway, I hope that helps, and you know, I'm looking forward to getting more of these. But you know, if you're coming into the game late and didn't realize there's all these fakes out here, just wanted to help make a difference, and for those collecting, so they know to get the real thing, so the 8s can be by the 6s, and they're all Nike Jordans. There's none of this Chinese knockoff garbage going on. So have a good one, and Thrice is your background music. They are one of the best bands I've ever heard. Peace out.